Oriole Nation, this is section 388 where the true Oriole fan sits. And with me is my big bro, Alan.
Hey.
And a good friend of ours, Greg Bush.
How you doing?
The Bushman. So basically today we're talking about winter meetings that's going on this week, even though not a whole lot's been going on. What are you guys' thoughts on like Dan Duquette and what's he doing with this ball club so far?
I like the move getting Dan Duquette. I know a lot of other people weren't really coming in, but I think it's a good chance. I know he's been out of baseball a while, but I like his vision for the team. Number one priority right now is pitching, and I know, and that's been our number one priority. We keep saying, we have the bats, but we need the pitching to get better. Mm-hmm. And Andy McPhail's philosophy of growing the arms, I like the idea.
Yeah,
it works.
But
we are growing the arms.
But we just don't have the scouting or the good minor league system to pull it off.
Yeah, personally, I feel that growing the arms is great, but I still think we need to have at least one proven starter. Mm-hmm. And I think if we need to shell out money, I mean, we have a payroll right now. Mm-hmm. We can afford to shell out money for that.
We've had a payroll for a while.
Devil's advocate over here.
Either of us would spend some money on some better quality pitchers. I think hearing that we possibly could be getting Koji back.
Oh yeah,
I think that's a very good move for us.
I didn't hear about that.
I saw that. Yeah.
There's some other moves that are going on, which I'm not sure exactly if they still are happening, but we made some moves from the White Sox, I believe, to get
Carlos Quentin,
Gavin Floyd.
Yeah, those aren't final yet. We're just talking with them. Yeah.
But I think that would be a good move to bring some homegrown talent back, mm-hmm. considering that Gavin Floyd came out of St. Joe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As for Dan Duquette, I like the idea of him focusing on pitching, because our pitching staff has been horrible. Sorry, Guthrie. But we need to get some better pitchers in here. I think we have the fielding. I mean, we have some Gold Glovers. Matt Wieters is going to be pretty good.
I love Matt Wieters. He's the man. Love you, Matt. Love you.
I think it's time to cut ties with Brian Roberts. I think we should have done that 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, when we signed him to a 6-year deal.
Yeah.
That's right. So hopefully Dan Duquette comes in and shakes things up a little bit.
Yeah.
And puts people on notice.
I think he is already. I mean, personally, I think it's great that we have like a fresh new GM type to.
Dog comes in.
The dog's sniffing Alan's crotch.
But good.
Yeah, I think it's good to freshen up the home office a little bit, just to bring in new faces and new scouting. And with Dan Duquette's background and what he's done to the Red Sox, I mean, a lot of people say like he grew the foundation of that ball club and that organization and what it is today. And I seriously feel that the Orioles can be that way, and we can have like that atmosphere of what New York and Boston are going through right now.
I think you're right on that.
Yeah.
I think that we definitely need to. It's definitely nice to see some new faces in here. Andy McPhail, great guy.
Yeah.
But his system didn't work here.
Mm-hmm.
This losing crap needs to end.
Yep.
It needs to be done with. We need to bring back some new ways.
The thing is, I mean, losing is contagious.
Yeah.
But also winning is contagious. The thing is, I was thinking about this today, looking at the team that we've had the past couple years. We don't really have anybody that, maybe 1 or 2 here or there that has legitimate postseason experience.
Yeah, I know.
And I mean, Brian Roberts, great second baseman, even though he hasn't played much in the past 2 years. But I mean, he's a great second baseman, but he hasn't been on a winning team. And, you know, you can say the same thing about Adam Jones and Nick Markakis and, you know, Matt Wieters. I mean, all of them. They haven't been a part of a winner yet.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Go ahead.
So that's what I think. You know, I think we need to bring somebody onto the team that not only is a proven pitcher, but has some kind of, you know, has had some kind of success with a winning team and can, you know, show the work ethic to the team.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, on that note, I told these guys I was going to go on a rant, so I'm going to go on it.
All right.
Peter Angelos needs to go get a Brinks truck. He needs to go drive it over to C.J. Wilson's house from the Rangers and sign a quality pitcher who could be a number one. I mean, with about a 2.4 ERA last season, threw over 200 innings consecutively for the last couple of years. That's a quality pitcher that we need. That's just the start. That's a winning pitcher coming from a winning team who's been in the World Series the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But it's also hard. I mean, unless you're coming off of a trade, when you're trying to sign free agents, it's hard to get people to come here because we haven't won.
Yeah.
We haven't been winning. You're not going to go out and get, you know, a premier person like maybe Roy Oswald or somebody. You can't get. They're not going to come here because we're not winning. Now, on the flip side, you know, if those pitchers know that all we need is pitching, because I personally feel we have the defense and the bats to be
definitely.
a contender.
We definitely
I think
have
that
defense.
we have all of that right now. But, you know, and I just wish some of those free agents out there would see that and they were like, well, let's take a chance on this because, you know, even though Guthrie's numbers doesn't really show anything, he actually I like him. I mean, if you look at his stats last year and the year before, a lot of his losses came off of no run support from the offense when he was only giving up like maybe 2-3 runs. When you give up 2 or 3 runs on a quality start, giving 8 innings, you should win that game. Your offense should pick you up on that, and that was his deal. Now, if you look the past like 3 or 4 years, he's been the only consistent thing in that pitching staff.
Yeah.
Everyone else, you know, they get hurt all the time. He logged in over 200 innings last year.
That blew my mind when I found out that stat.
Yeah. So.
Well, I just want to move on to this next topic. Speaking of winning, I am very glad that the Orioles organization has brought back the cartoon bird, because to me, when I see that bird, it's like looking at the Yankees logo and the Boston Red Sox logo. I think of winning and world championships. So that's the way I feel about the new decision about bringing back the bird. And it's kind of gripping onto the retro style that everyone's going with nowadays. The Blue Jays are back with their old logo again. And so, I just want to get your guys' thoughts on the new bird.
It's about time. That's my thoughts. It's about time.
All right.
The Orioles had a winning way for what? It was for almost 25 years, from, I couldn't tell you when, to 92, 95. We were with one of the winningest
Ball
teams
team.
in 25 years,
Yeah.
in a stretch like that.
It just
It's-
sucks. It just sucks. We only had 3 world championships to show for it.
I want to say that I like the idea of bringing back the bird personally, because I like the bird myself. But
Do the bird impression.
oh, you're not doing it.
Come on, do the bird impression.
Next time we do this, I'll bring the hat and I'll do the bird.
Okay.
But we keep changing these uniforms. We don't need to change uniforms anymore.
Yep.
I think we need to start focusing on winning. Start focusing on getting the right people in here to win. It's nice. It's a nice design, but it's not helping us. Maybe it's bringing back an attitude, because some of these guys really need a kick in the nuts. But that's my personal opinion on the bird.
Well, I mean, personally, I grew up with the cartoon bird. When I see this hat right here, I think of Brooks Robinson and Frank, Palmer, all the greats. Boog, Cal Ripken wore it. I mean, it was a big part of our legacy, tradition. It was a decent change when they went to this bird, but I think it's time to go back to it now. Granted, does this mean we're going to be a winning ball club again? Probably not. I mean, it all stems to who you have in those uniforms to do it.
Yep.
But I mean, that was the winning way right there. That was the winning look.
Yep. Yeah, the Oriole Magic way. Yeah. Well, that wraps it up for this week of section 388.
388.
So follow us and leave a comment below us, and we'd love to hear from other Oriole fans around the world. And we'll check you next time, guys. Peace.
Take it easy.
Later.